During the first few days to weeks after birth, mothers develop a heightened awareness for their baby. A mother's thought pattern changes and becomes focused on the newborn's needs, safety, care, and wellness. Where is the baby? What's the baby doing? Is the baby safe? Is he hungry? Is she tired? Does she need a new diaper? What will she need next? This is a normal pattern of thought. It's nothing to worry about. It's an awareness of needs, a healthy and protective maternal vigilance. Moms don't need to actively work to develop this way of thinking. It just happens naturally. This heightened awareness facilitates moms to anticipate the needs of their baby. I call this the baby radar. The baby radar is important and essential. Being your baby's protector is an awesome responsibility and is an enormous burden. Without breaks, the mental weight of the baby radar can become exhausting. Constant vigilance can create anxiety and an obsessive pattern of thinking. We can get stuck, almost locked in a cycle of worry. This can lead to difficulty sleeping, fear of being alone with the baby, and fear of separating from the baby. The baby's needs can be so much on the forefront of your mind that your own needs become an afterthought. Your self-care can be forgotten. Putting your own needs aside increases your risk of developing depression. I repeat, women who excessively neglect their own needs are at a greater risk of developing PPD. If all of your thoughts are about the baby, it can also diminish your sense of self. When your thoughts are all about the baby, there's little room for the old you. It can be almost hard to remember who you were before you had a baby. Chloe, a self-described perfectionist, always had very high expectations for herself. When her son was born, she expected herself to meet his every single need at every moment, day or night. She believed a good mother should have no needs of her own and expected herself to parent without any help, not even from her husband. "I'm the mother, right?" she said at one of our sessions. "Isn't that what moms do?" She held her son almost constantly, and they never separated. She obsessed about his safety and immediately was responding to every bid he made for her attention. Devoting every waking moment to her baby, she withdrew from social contact with her friends. Her son didn't like car rides, so staying perpetually home seemed like a small sacrifice to make for her son. After a couple more months of profound sleep deprivation, she found herself feeling guilty about taking her eyes off of her son. Even putting him down to brush her teeth felt like she was failing her son. Her self-care became non-existent. When Chloe came to see me, she was completely depleted, depressed, and anxious. It took time to convince her that a good mother can allow and encourage the dad's help. A good mother can put her baby down in a safe spot to brush her teeth. And a good mother brings her baby to the coffee shop to meet a friend, even though her son doesn't like the car. Motherhood is a challenge, but it shouldn't be an endurance challenge. Chloe began letting her husband care for his son more and more. She began seeing friends again. She allowed herself to have needs too. As she put more good into her life, she began enjoying motherhood more and worrying less. She gained more confidence. Though she had always felt strongly attached to her son, having time apart meant that she enjoyed being with him more. She enjoyed being a mom more. Her excellent sense of humor began to return, and gradually she regained in her life a fuller sense of her identity. She became the vivacious and well put together person she had been. By allowing others to help, honoring her own needs, and having time apart from her baby, the volume on her baby radar decreased to an appropriate level. Warning signs of inadequate self-care: not finding time to bathe, wearing the same pair of pajamas for 36 hours in a row, missing meals, less than 6 hours of sleep total per 24 hours, not seeing friends or family, not leaving your home, not exercising, no time outdoors. We don't want to stop the baby radar from developing. The baby radar is protective. It helps you meet your baby's needs. It also facilitates bonding. Rather, we want to create more balance. Your own needs must be valued and met as well. This won't be a 50-50 balance, more like 85-15, with 85 being the focus on your baby. That's how parenting goes. Just make sure your own name is somewhere on your list of priorities. Allow yourself opportunities to decompress. Share the responsibility of caring for your baby with someone else on a regular basis. Give the baby to the other parent or trusted caregiver for at least 15 minutes, better 30 minutes a day, minimum. It's not only okay for there to be time for just you, in fact, it's essential. Time apart also benefits your baby. It allows your partner to learn parenting skills and to bond. It gets your baby used to being around other people and developing socially. Having time apart allows you both to enjoy your time together. Finally, if you're a working mom, it prepares you both for the eventuality of returning to work. Just 15 to 30 minutes a day, more if you can swing it, allows you release from the burden of constant hypervigilance. Creating this habit of time away will allow you to periodically decompress from the weight of responsibility. It essentially turns down the volume of the baby radar, allowing you to be your old self again. And that's the outcome we want. Life before baby is very different from life post-baby. When you have a baby, your needs can quickly take a back seat. A mother often wonders if her baby's hungry far more often than she asks herself, "Am I hungry?" We become like supporting players and an afterthought in our own existence. Some of this is necessary, but too much is unhealthy. When we neglect our own needs, we put ourselves at risk of depression. Think of a person's wellness and general life contentment as a savings account. We do little things all the time that make us feel a bit better, such as brushing your teeth, receiving a hug, getting acknowledgement for a job well done, doing something we enjoy. Each of these things contribute in a small but important way to our general wellness. We make daily deposits, and then during tough times, we have some reserves from which to draw. People who take good care of themselves generally have greater reserves. People with little self-care and a lack of emotionally supportive relationships have less in their reserves. When someone is depressed, they often withdraw from these activities and isolate themselves. Unfortunately, withdrawal from our connections further depletes our emotional banks at a time when we need it most. So even though the thought of leaving the house with the baby may sound daunting, it's important to go on with your life. Start small, do things you enjoy, go to a coffee shop, plan outings with a supportive friend. It can be as small as taking a walk just around your own block. Then, as your comfort increases, gradually increase the length of your excursions. Gently push yourself to make your world a bit bigger every day. Try to return to as much of your life before baby as possible.